Hi everyone, Coach Alexa here. I had a sort of query come in from a runner recently, well not a query really, more of a statement that came in from a runner recently about feeling like a bit of a fraud, not feeling like a proper runner because they were doing maybe 2 or 3 5Ks a week and a couple of sessions in the gym and they weren't training for some sort of marathon or ultra distance event or fast times that we were seeing over social media and things like Strava that other people were aiming for, and it maybe got those brain gremlins going, a bit of that negative self-talk started going in their heads. So I wanted to give a couple of examples and also a bit of science behind why you absolutely are a runner, regardless of how far you run and how fast you do it. Lots of people run for some very, very different reasons. Going back 10 or 15 years, I used to really, really love chasing the times, upping the distance, getting all the bling from the racers. Since then, my outlook on running has changed quite a lot mentally, but also my body has changed quite a lot physically. So I'm in quite a different place with that now. So another example to start with. The first one is a runner that I've been working with for a good few years now, preparing for his 5th marathon, and he often says to me, I don't feel like a real runner. And we have a bit of a laugh and joke about it now as we try and determine what the definition of real runner actually is, if that's the case. And for some people, if they're aiming for longer distances, they're not the sort of person that wants to aim for some sort of sub-3 good for age marathon time target, and that's absolutely fine. Not everybody does, and not everybody. The thing with good for age is that there are only a small number of people who are committed to that level and intensity of training who are going to push for those sorts of goals. But it makes me laugh that somebody who's done multiple marathons still has that brain gremlin telling them that they're not a real runner, when of course they are. The other thing to think about is, what running actually means for our fitness and our overall kind of health and fitness outcomes. So being active in general across lots, all different sports, having a good kind of base of activity is the only thing that has been categorically proven to have an anti-aging effect, not just on how we look, but more importantly on how our body functions, how we can prevent illnesses, delay onset of illnesses, and also keep our cognitive function good as we get older. And we get those benefits actually from what for some people, the crazy sub-3:30 marathon runners, from relatively little exercise in comparison to what some seasoned runners might think. So I'm talking maybe 3 5K gentle 5K runs a week, couple of strength sessions, maybe walking a little bit, and that is more than easily ticking pretty much 100% of the health, fitness and longevity and anti-aging benefits that you can get from activity and exercise. So any more than that, if you want to do more than that, great. If you've got fantastic goals that you want to work towards, excellent. But any more than that really isn't adding a massive amount of value or any value at all to your actual overall health and fitness as a human, interestingly. So that one's good to know. And also consistency, so doing something regularly, like a couple of gym sessions a week and 3 5Ks, our body responds brilliantly to stuff we do regularly. So, having that routine puts you way ahead of, I would say, at least 90% of the population in terms of your overall fitness and your running. So another reason why anyone who's running on a semi-regular basis can absolutely see those health and fitness benefits. The other side of the story, I mentioned that I don't run half as much as I used to. I've got a joint and a health condition bubbling along in the background and have done for quite a few years now. So do I run often? No. Do I run even sporadically? Probably not. Occasionally, at best, would describe my running, but I do quite a lot of strength training and I do quite a lot of decent brisk walking. Would I still class myself as a runner? Yes, I flipping would, to be quite honest, because of the running that I've done much more regularly in the past, my job, I guess. But also, I still do occasionally go for a little bit of a running bimble. So I hope that puts a few people's minds at rest. I don't think you know, we kind of know that there's no real reason to not class ourselves as runners or feel like we're a bit of a fraud. I think more often than not, it's those little brain gremlins, the negative voices that can creep in and start telling us this little this message, this line, which we kind of know in our heart of hearts isn't really true. So I hope I've given you some good information as to why it really isn't true. Anyone who goes for a run is a runner.